It's day 61 and May 6th, and I'm hiking along Virginia Highway 42. Just about to hit the Appalachian Trail over here, and I'm going south to that Davis Hollow parking lot. This place is out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well, I found my trail. For the next 10 miles, the Appalachian Trail travels through a narrow corridor that includes scenic tread right-of-way easements through private property. Use outside the trail tread. Through private. In these easement area requires written permission of the landowner. These things are always fun. Looks like I'm getting a workout today. Ooh, that's a sinkhole for sure. I'm looking to see. Yeah. So there are definitely caves in this area. That would mean, of course, we're underlain by limestone. I don't have any phone connection here, so I can't look at rock at this time. Here's some limestone outcropping. I'm hiking in the direction of down dip. It's quite interesting to see a stream running over limestone. Normally it sinks into the ground, into the bedrock. Okay, this looks like the Mount Everest of stiles. Oh my God. I'll do this one in style, but not hairy. Well, it is a little hairy. Whoops. That's the North Fork of the Holston River. Just met a 75-year-old lady from San Diego. She went to SDSU, where my daughter went. She became a teacher. At any rate, she's been a thru hiker on the AT, and she's coming back to do all the little side trails that she was too busy to do the first time. And we had to talk about how everybody says to us Californians, well, why aren't you doing the PCT? Actually, I don't say it quite like that, but anyhow. And so her and I were saying there's just something magical about the forest in the Appalachians. And how we just love the beauty of these forests. And, you know, it's different than the Sierra. It's certainly different than the deserts that the PCT goes through at the start. There's something that really draws us to these beautiful areas. Oh, this such a relaxing sort of way. I think it's beginning to rain. I bet that I have to go up and over that mountain. Looks like we're in for nasty weather, so don't go out today. That storm might take your life. There on the bad storm on the rise. Ooh. Well, there seems to be a little snaky on the trail, but it's a faker. See his eyes. Let me see his eyes, Billy. Oops, where'd he go? There he is. Oh well. Well, it's raining pretty good. And I went with Arc'teryx rain jacket. Just saw a couple trail people, including Sweet Relish, guy I'd seen several times along the trail. He just had 5 days off with his girlfriend. At any rate, see the trail is turning into a river. I'm climbing up over top of Big Walker Mountain now. Just reached the top of Big Walker Mountain. I'm still looking south here, but leading off this way, that's the old Appalachian Trail. Before it was relocated, it used to stay right on the ridge of Big Walker Mountain all the way to Big Walker Lookout and beyond. There's even a good hang gliding site up there. And that's the way I've come. So I just crossed paths with Gadget Girl and Bunny. Bunny is back with us for another stint of slackbacking. And I'm embarrassed that I hiked 4 miles and they had hiked 8 miles. But I had a hour-long drive to get to the trailhead, and I made a stop at a store to get a sandwich and stuff. And then, as always, I have too many people to talk to along the trail. Yesterday we were talking about how difficult it is to hike over the quartzite that makes up the spine of the ridges. Right now, I'm in transition from the limestone valleys up to the ridge crest, and largely right here I'm on shale. I know earlier when I was driving here, I came down a section of the McCready Shale, which is a red bed that the iron in the clay minerals, when it's being deposited, can only turn red if it's oxidized near the surface. If it is lower in the ocean, it doesn't get oxidized. So we know that the McCready Shale and other red beds in the Appalachians were indicative of one of 4 mountain building periods, or orogenies. Anyhow, I don't see the red beds in it now. I saw a section earlier. Oh, but I do see some of the red rhododendrons blooming. I crossed over Big Walker Mountain, went down the other side to Crawfish Camp, and now I'm going up some other mountain. I think once I get to the top of this, it's more on the downhill to level side all the way to the end of the section, but it's still a ways. Maybe 6 miles. I sat down for a little break, having a cookie and some Gatorade. I don't know if you can see, but the fog, well, it's fog if it touches the ground, but out there really it's a cloud. It's hitting the mountain, so. That's where I have to go. Another 4 miles or so. Okay, now remind me your trail name.
Popeye.
Popeye, that's right. So
Yep.
we met in Irwin, and I gave you a ride back to the motel, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were at the hibachi place.
At the hibachi place.
Yep.
Yep. Well, at any rate, good seeing you, and we'll catch up later up the trail.
Maybe for the...
Doing some ridge running here. A little bit in the clouds. Running into a few hikers, obviously. Been listening to podcasts, just listening to George Conway and the Midas Touch, and then listening to some music. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Looks like there was a camp spot there, but the goody gumdrops is the downhill begins. And somewhere down in that valley is where I'm heading to, about 3.5 miles away. Haha, the rhododendrons are beginning to bloom. What more can you ask for? Woohoo! Oh heck, I didn't mean to hit the video. Something about the forest just after rain. Too bad you can't see the mountains through the trees. Well, there was a sign back there that said I'm quarter of the way from Georgia to Maine, but really, when you take 2,197.4 miles and you divide it by 4, you come up with where I'm at right now. So this is really the quarter of the way. The sign was a little more than a quarter of the way, by a few tenths of a mile. At any rate, I'm happy and blessed that I've been able to make it this far, and I look forward to 3/4 more. Oh my God. Okay, I think this is the location of a former shelter, and I've heard it's kind of odd because while the shelter's no longer here, the outhouse is. But always nice to have an outhouse in the middle of the woods. Well, I got a half mile to go. Maybe this is the last stile of the day. I'm all out of stile. Probably, maybe there's one more at the end. Okay, I'm just a few tenths away. Oh, look. I guess that means I'm not going to walk every foot of the Appalachian Trail. I'm not going to step there. Wow. What an evening. So, trail will go bouncing over those hills in the foreground, and then up that ridge, and then off to the right as it heads south in the direction we're going. I was over on that ridge yesterday. Day 60 was up there. And there's the end of my section. Woohoo! Davis Hollow Road, I think it's called. A couple miles from I-81. And a very sunny evening. Nice hike. Lots of variety. Yeah, the rain was a pain, but cooled things off too.